Hey, what's up? What's going on? Welcome, my peace, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peace, my people. So let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 10, episode 9. Tell me, why do they let this lady Kim come in there and disrespect them? It's too many. It's a room full of black women, and you're gonna let this woman come in and just disrespect all y'all? Come on. Well, we know Sheree is not gonna stand up because her and Kim are just besties, and Portia ain't got nobody to film with, so she's gonna have to stay neutral, and she's gonna have to stay with Kim because that's her girl right now. Because who else is filming with Portia? Well, they do film with her every now and then. So, but it's just like Kim just is so disrespectful, and she talks so much junk. But Sheree is not trying to get into the messiness, so she's letting Kim do all the talking about Nene. So we'll see how that plays out for the reunion. So let's get started. We get started off with Portia. She's acting. She's gonna be doing a play. It's this two can play that game, the stage play. So she's going to be in a play doing her thing. So it seems like Portia dreams are coming true. And they even showed a clip back when Candy put you know Portia in the play, was supporting her. So it seems like Portia is doing good without Cordell Stewart. So that means if you're out there and you get divorced, you can still make it. You can still be financially strong. You might not be on Portia's level, but whatever level you on, you can make it after you get divorced. So I guess that's what it's saying, because it seems like Portia is doing very well. She's keeping herself up. She looks beautiful. She's vegan. She's doing a damn thing. Only thing she needs to do, well, she already apologized to Candy, so we'll just see how her action and her behavior goes forward. But it seems like Portia is doing a damn thing, and she ain't letting nobody hold her back or stop her. She's pushing forward. She's not pushing backwards. She's pushing forward. Even though some people don't like her, some people do like her, but you got to admire her pushing forward. Like, she ain't letting none of the negativity get to her. She ain't letting it stop her at all. So we'll see what happens with that situation. So then, Portia's talking to her, manager or her agent, whatever. Her agent's keeping her busy. She wanted to be an actor. She wanted to be in a movie, and she's in a movie with some of the greats. Two can play that game. You go, Portia. So anyways, we get, Sheree and Kim, they meet up. They're having dinner. Nene Leakes supposed to show up, but Nene Leakes didn't show up because you know what? She felt like she was too damn good to meet up with these heifers. And she wasn't going to be in a setup. And she wasn't going to be where if anybody tried to double team her, she wasn't putting herself out there like that. And plus, she wanted to be shady anyway and be like, I'm too good to show up. And that's Nene Leakes for you. So, Kim, she calls Nene. Nene was like, I can't show up. Me and you need to talk to Sheree. Me and you need to talk to Sheree because there's some elephants. And Kim, oh, there's a whole lot of elephants with you. It's a lot going on with you, girlfriend. So, you know what? We'll get up and we'll talk, okay? So Nene basically dissed him because she was like, I need to talk first. And why the hell did you set up a dinner to meet up with them just to throw shade and not show up so they can get dissed on national TV? Did you do that, Nene? Was that your plan and your intentions? So, anyways, then they start to talk or whatever. Kim was like, I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know why she's mad. I don't know why she's upset and all this other stuff. And Kim was like, is you never know with her. She's acting so different. I think she's just seems so weird. She doesn't seem her same self anymore. She seems like she's on something, And Sheree's not saying that. And Sheree's just like quiet. She's like, And so, Kim is insinuating that Nene Leakes is on drugs. I believe Kim is on drugs. Kim looks like she's stoned on drugs. She looks like she's on drugs. Let me tell you, Kim, you look high. You talk like you high. Your eyes are droopy like you're high. Just the way you act sounds like it's you're high. Like you took some, medicate. You took some medication. You took some prescription pills, some mood stabilizers to have you to come into this show and act a damn mess, to act a fool and disrespect people, and hopefully nobody pull your wig again. So, or bust them droopy lips and push that nose back in. I'm like, yo. So I'm like, damn. So, Kim is trying to insinuate that Nene is a drug addict. She's on drugs. And that's so dirty, low down. She already insinuated that, Nene was parking in the handicap parking and all that negative shit. And then she also tweeted about that. She kept tweeting over and over when that episode played, when Nene was parked in a handicap spot or whatever. And then the Roach situation with, Burley, or whatever her name is, the homie looking girl. her daughter taking pictures in Nene's bathroom and seeing cockroaches or roaches, and then Kim was like, I have a exterminator, I have people come by and spray, and Nene's, it ain't been the same. It's kind of like shady, of course. Like, if I go to my friend's house and if I see something that is undesirable, I'm not gonna post it to IG. I'm not gonna post it to the line. I'm not gonna post it to anybody. I'm not even gonna say anything. I may let them know. I was like, hey, listen, you need to go check out your bathroom because you got some stuff in there and you don't want any of your other guests to see it or post it. Like, that's what friends do. And if Braylee, Kim was saying throughout the episode, later on in the episode, that Braylee loves Nene and she loves Greg and all this other stuff. So then why would you post something like that? So you guys can get stardom. So you guys can get people talking, liking your page, going to your blogs or whatever, and staying popular. Because who watches Tardy to the Party? Isn't that show canceled? If it's not, I'm putting it in works for it to be canceled. So, and that's when, Sheree talks about San Francisco, like it was kind of bad. It wasn't all that great. And she was just like, it wasn't between her and Nene, but Nene was talking about Tyrone being a con artist. And then so, Kim was like, oh, a con artist? I know who Tyrone is or whatever. And she was like, I know Tyrone for a long time, so I guess Tyrone has made the circuit. He knows everybody in Atlanta. And basically, Kim is asking Sheree, like, how's everything going? How's everything good? You seem different. Sheree lets her know that she's in love with the jailbird and all this other stuff. And Sheree's hoping that he'll be getting out of prison and all this other stuff. So, Sheree, she got to play up her storyline, her and Tyrone. You better call Tyrone. So then you have, Kim roasting Nene, trying to roast Nene and say like, oh, she's mad at me because of that picture, that fake rented Rolls Royce. Like anything about you, everything about you is rented. Your breasts, your face, your teeth, your lips, your eyes, your nose. Then on top of that, you stole from, Candy. You stole from the lady that you was renting out her house. You damaged her house and you stole from her. And you're a thief and you steal. So don't even go there. And you sleep with married men, and you pretend like you're a lesbian when it benefits you to be popular on this show. So you are a jack of all characters, okay? And I believe Nene Leakes has more money than you because Croy ain't worked in years, and that football money ain't all that great because he didn't play long enough to fulfill his contract, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but you guys let me know, my peeps, my peoples. So I just don't like Kim. I did videos about Kim, like, this summer because I knew she was coming back onto the show. So it's in my What's Going On playlist. I can't stand Kim. Please like the video. So anyways, moving on from that, I was just like, yo, Kim is just so disgusting. I don't even know. But Sheree's keeping her mouth closed. She ain't saying that. She's letting, Kim do all the talking or whatever. And she was just, yep, because she don't want her name to be brought up in it because, Sheree's the bone carrier and she can't be caught with her hand inside the cookie jar or her hand with the bone on it, digging up bones and hiding bones. So she's just trying to keep it neutral with her saying anything negative because she knows the reunion's coming. So anyways, we move on to Cynthia. Cynthia is doing a book giveaway, book bags, pencils, and stuff like that. Nene calls because she can't show up, and Kenya Moore comes in there looking drop dead gorgeous as usual, coming in there twirling, looking good, and beautiful colors she had on. We see Mallory. Mallory looks beautiful as well, and they're talking about Will and all this other good stuff. And so guess what? Guess who shows up? None other than Will himself, the con artist himself too. He's down with Tyrone. Cynthia and I believe Cynthia and Will are not together anymore because I last read on the blog that she's open to dating and she's just living a free, carefree life dating. She's single and ready to mingle. So I don't think her and Will are together. So Will shows up, he brings some goodies for the kids or whatever, and Cynthia's acting all nervous and all this other stuff, and then Will let her know that he's going to Brazil, and that's when Kenya was like, they got prostitutes in Brazil. He was like, no, I'm going to the statue. I'm going to the Holy Grail or the Holy Statue or whatever. So and Cynthia is kind of acting like, feeling like he might be doing something, feeling like he's not, and she seems so giddy or whatever because when Will showed up, everyone was like, Cynthia was like, let's be cool, let's act like nothing's going on. Cynthia jumped up and ran towards Will. Maybe Cynthia did like Will and she had a crush on him, and it just wasn't it just didn't work out because you can tell Cynthia seems giddy and she seems like she's feeling Will. And Will pulls it to the side or whatever. First, Kenya pulls, Cynthia to the side, was like, yo, you gotta calm down, yo, you doing too much. You're not a little girl. You're like a 50-year-old woman. So chill out. This is not your first time around to go. So, but I just think Cynthia is really attracted to him and she's really liking him. And I think that maybe she believes that he's a real great catch. And she's so glad that he's interested in her. So even though we know how beautiful Cynthia is, she could still feel kind of intimidated when it comes to certain people or when it comes to a man that she's feeling with the most of. So, anyways, Cynthia stops adding Giddy or whatever, and so then Will grabs Cynthia and want to talk to her or whatever. So he was like, call me later, blasting the third. I want to talk to you later on. And he kisses her and she almost melts and she's all just jumpy and giddy. And Kenya Moore is like, you need to calm down, Cynthia. Act right. You need some of that act right. He might be out there with prostitutes in Brazil. You never know. But she don't mean it like that. She's just joking. And Cynthia was like, well, maybe I should listen to Kenya because she's married now. So we'll see what happens with that situation. And so we get Sheree. Sheree's with her son Cairo. He's cooking her dinner, and Tyrone calls. And she just, Sheree doesn't know if she wants to tell her kids that she's dating somebody that's in jail or whatever. And plus, her kids have never seen her with another man other than their father. That's how you're supposed to do it, But if you do find somebody that you love and you want to be with, you can bring them around your kids or whatever. So, anyways, Tyrone calls, and Sheree tells Tyrone, Nene was talking about you, and he was like, don't worry about her, don't worry about them. People gonna have something negative to say. I love you, girl. I love you. I want to be with you. I'm gonna be getting out soon. I'm getting a pill request because there was some evidence that the prosecutors were holding back some discovery evidence that he didn't get his attorneys didn't get a chance to look at. And so that basically will give him the upper hand to try to have an appeal to get a new trial, a new case. Doesn't mean he's innocent or whatever. So, Sheree's happy, and Sheree was like, I'm just not thinking that he's innocent because he says it is. I seen documents. What documents you see, Sheree? You didn't see not nan one. Or maybe Tyrone sent you the good documents, the documents that make it look like he's innocent. He might just as well be innocent. Who knows? But Sheree is waiting for her man to come home. She wants him back in the house. Not back in the house, but she wants him back together. And plus, it's a great storyline. And so then we move on to, Nene wants to throw an elephant event or whatever with Miss Cleo. Before Cynthia was saying Miss Cleo, I wrote down Cleo. I was just like, look at Miss Cleo over here. So Miss Cleo's talking about she don't shake hands or whatever. She gives hugs, but she she shakes Cynthia's hand. She shook, Nene's hand or whatever. But Miss Cleo seemed like she has some type of vibe. She always reminded me of Miss Renee from Married to Medicine. Like, I don't know if she's feeling like it's mad evil in the room, mad negativity in the room, but she seems like she was watching and observing, what was going on with everybody. And it seems like, she's not feeling some of the girls. And then, she's not feeling some of the girls or whatever because it just seems like she was like, I want your cell phones. I wouldn't give her my cell phone because, you put your cell phone over there in her little cubby. People could be going through that cell phone, getting information, but probably not because there is filming going on. So there's probably security. There's probably cameramen and things like that. So they can't take their cell phones and go through them and take shots and expose it and expose it to, the clouds or whatever. So we'll see. So anyways, Miss Cleo's really not feeling the ladies, she's not feeling Kenya because, Nene was talking to Kenya. Kenya walked away to put away her umbrella. She was like, when someone's talking to you, you better listen. You don't need to welcome. She was like, I had to put my umbrella away. And she's giving a vibe like she's not really feeling Cynthia either. And so then Candy walks in and she wants to hug Candy. She wants to hug that Candy. She wants some of that good energy, some of that money energy, some of that wisdom energy to rub off on her because damn. She wants to be Candy's guru for the stars. Because she liked Candy, let me tell you, in my opinion. So anyway, she hugs Candy. So then Candy and Cynthia talk. And Nene's there. They talk about, the situation with Will. And, Candy was like, yo, I just wanted to make sure that, he's not taking advantage of you, because people like to attach themselves to popular people, and you are popular, Cynthia. You can make moves or whatever. And then on top of that, he's been on reality TV shows. And plus, you're a beautiful woman. You're a fine woman. If I wasn't dating Todd, I would definitely be trying to get at you. I would definitely want to talk to you. And that's when Nene was like, oh, look at Candy, the gatekeeper. Ain't nothing going to get past Candy. I was like, oh, no. But let me get back to this. When Kim was at the table with Sheree, and she said that Candy wanted to eat Kim's for JJ. I don't believe it. Okay, I think Kim wants to start some shit. Kim wants to start some rumors, because she's seen how much attention Phaedra and Portia got from coming after Candy, saying all these things about her and her relationship with Tom, and threesomes and a dungeon. So Kim had to throw it in that, she was telling Sheree, like, hey, listen, Candy wanted to eat this. She was asking to eat this. She wanted to eat this. And I don't even know why, Candy's mad at, Portia, when, her and Todd do threesomes. They be doing their damn thing or whatever. So she was like, the elevator goes all the way up to the top, and it's not by herself, and they're all involved. And so basically she's throwing shots at Candy for no reason, which she don't need to. But that begs to think that, is that the reason why Candy let her slide without getting any documentation, anything signed, and Kim got away with that 80 grand? I don't think so. I don't think, what? I refuse to believe that Candy would want to eat Kim. She was always just terrible looking and looking nasty. Always. With them big old Elvira wigs that she be wearing. So, anyways, I was shocked that she went there. She went there because she wants to get a row out of people and out of the ladies. That's her job, to spend 5 minutes, get all the ladies riled up, and then keep it moving and get a check for it. So, anyways, we get back to, the elephant in the room with Miss Cleo. Miss Cleo is, she's kind of not feeling the ladies, but she's listening because she's judging and she's watching. And we find out that Miss Cleo is a medium or whatever. So she talks to the ghosts and things like that. So we got Kim, Sheree, and Portia. They meet up at Sheree's house. Kim comes in, oh, I love your house, Sheree. And then, Portia and Kim catch up about. Portia says, Nene came after me for nothing. I don't know why she mad at me, and she did this to me, she did that to me. And San Francisco, she was upset. She was like, girl, I was about to leave. And that's when Kim was like, I don't know what her problem is. Something's wrong with her. I think she's on drugs. I think she's taking something. Even at the party, she looked like her eyes were all droopy, like she was like out of it. It was like, oh, Kim is really trying to sabotage and ruin characters. She talked about Candy's character and wanting to eat her. Now she's saying Nene's on drugs. She got roaches, and she's have a rented Rolls Royce, and she park a handicap spot. So she's on here to try to demean these ladies, and it coming from a Caucasian woman. Some people might believe that it's true, but I believe it's not true at all. Well, we seen her parking in the handicap spot, but she had the goddamn permit and rental. I think everything on Kim's body's rented. So, anyways, moving on from that, so they meet up and they, drinking juices or whatever. So now they're about to go to, the elephant in the room. So Kim gets there. Kim is already negative, like she don't want to be there. She thinks it's funny. She doesn't like this lady. She keeps calling the lady girl, like she's being derogatory towards her, and like almost to me and a inferior way. Okay girl, especially when Caucasian women say to black women, when you're a grown woman and basically you're supposed to be leading the charge and this spiritual thing, and she's a medium, and she was like, all right girl. I was like, come on. I was like, oh, you better take some of that sage and burn that wig of hers. So anyway, the medium, she's putting down the sage and all this other stuff, and the lights keep flickering off back and on. And so Kenya was like, the spirits can pick up the evilness in the room. It's somebody it's the one with the blonde hair and the blonde wig on and dressed like a Pepto-Bismol bottle. I was like, go ahead Kenya, that was a good one. She did look like Pepto-Bismol. Remember them commercials that used to come on all the time at night? So, anyways, so, she's not feeling, Kim is not feeling the lady at all. She's like, as the medium Miss Cleo is giving, advice to the lady. She's interrupting. She's talking about, I don't believe this ain't real. This is fake. I'm not giving my cell phone. I know I got babies at home, and my husband might be calling me. And that's when Candy was like, "What you mean you got babies at home? You got," because Kim was like, "I got 6 babies at home." Candy was like, "Okay, yeah, you got 6 babies at home, and one of them babies are 20 something years old that can help babysit, and Croy's there. So don't even miss me with that." So she already started off being negative and don't want to be a part of it. And her whole thing was to interrupt anything that was going to be a breakthrough or be positive for anybody, because she don't care. She don't like none of these women. She was holding hands with Portia because she's just using Portia for now. Hopefully Portia will get up and defend her if somebody comes after her. That's what she wants. So anyways, we move on from that. And so the medium is trying to give the lit. She was telling Nene that she has a nice heart, that she's a beautiful person, that she's sweet. And Nene might have a really nice heart when she's not on the show. She might, and you could have seen Nene help people out on the show, because on the show, I remember in some of the earlier, episodes of, Housewives, Nene was talking at one of the reunions that, like, she put a lot of them on. She was telling her friends to come on, join the show, and she went to back for them, especially like Sheree. She put Kim on and all this other stuff, and whoever else she did put on or whatever to come on the show. And it seems like, she probably does have a good heart, but you can't see it because she has to have a tough exterior on this show. But she's probably helped people in her past with charities and stuff like that. Because I think all these women do have charities, and they go beyond to help people out, and when it's not being filmed too as well. So anyways, I mean, Kim is just like, and Portia was like, I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know what she's talking about. And, Kim was like, oh, for real? They're talking about the same person? So, and then she also tells, Candy, that Candy, you can see things and you can hear things. And, basically, if you can actually bring that out, you'll shoot to the sky. And Candy was like, I agree. I heard that before, because, it's almost like deja vu. So Candy knows when things are going to happen before it happens. She gets little visions, little premonitions or whatever. So that's what's going on with Candy. And then, she gets to, Kenya, and she couldn't really get to Kenya because guess who interrupted? She gets to Cynthia. She tells Cynthia that, I was listening to the conversation, like, that dude Mark, he's a con artist. Not that he's a con artist, but he's actually probably no good for you, basically. So you need to move on. I agree with the girls. I rarely do that. So, and then that's when Kim jumps in, was like, don't listen to what she has to say. I don't want her to mess up your relationship and mess up your love, mess up this and that. So, Kim could care less if Cynthia's with Will or not, because she don't even like Cynthia, because Cynthia is cool with Kenya and Nene, basically, and she ain't feeling, Cynthia at all. So then we get to Portia, and I think, what did she say about Portia? I don't know if she got a chance to say anything about Portia. But, she says she was about to tell Kenya, like, there's different things going on in your life. There's distance that you're going to change, that you're not going to be around here long, that you're going to be somewhere else, that, your life has a different destiny. And I guess being on the show and being around all these women, it's not going to be your end to be all. So maybe Kenya's going to have her baby or whatever she's going to do. So then that's when Kim interrupts and was like, oh boy, I don't believe what this lady's saying. She's not spiritual at all, and I'm really spiritual. Like, she's trying to take power away from this lady, trying to give these ladies empowerment, because, she's hateful and she's there to be a disturbance. So anyways, Kenya Moore was like, you know what, if you're not going to participate and you're not going to be respectful, shut the F up, shut up. And Nene was like, I'm here for you, Kenya, I'm here for you, Kenya. And so so then the lady is like, and so then Nene is like, why is Portia and Kim holding hand? I can't take it, child. I can't take it. She was like, look at them. I just can't take it, child. And so then, the medium was like, yo, listen, could we switch up or whatever? And, nobody's really moving. Cynthia did get up and move, but she asked Kim if she can do a bath, go outside, get some leaves, give her a bath. Kim was like, no, absolutely not. I don't trust you. And the lady was like, I'll give myself a bath. And she was like, no. And then the medium was like, yo, you know what? I got to go. This ain't worth it. Scott, this ain't worth it. But I thought the medium should have stuck. She should have stuck in there and told everything about Kim. She should have told all the truth about Kim, because she said she had secrets. She should have told all the secrets about Kim. She should have went in on Croy and her, them being racist, and Bray Lee might be jumping with her stepdaddy. Come on, you should have gave the tea. You should have gave the tea, Mrs. Cleo. Why did you walk away? The real Cleo, she never hangs up the phone. She stays and she talks to you. I think Miss Cleo passed away. I'm not sure. No, I don't know. I can't remember. I know I did a video on her like a while ago. It's in my What's Going On playlist. So anyways, then, Candy was like, I'll take over. So what's the issue with the tea party between Portia and, Nene? And Portia was just like, yo, the way she's looking at me, she was looking at me at the tea party. It's nothing being done. It's nothing being said. Just wants me to kiss her ass. I'm not going to kiss her ass. So I'm just done with him through. And, Nene was like, yep, you know what? Portia can only say sorry so many times. Either you're rocking with me or you don't. Either you accept my apology or you don't. But goddamn, every time I see you, I'm not gonna keep apologizing. So, Nene was like, I don't even want to talk about this. Why are we talking about this? And so then really doesn't go anywhere. So that's when, Kenya Moore, she jumps in and she was like, there's some more elephants in the room. What about, who was the other elephant in the room? The other elephant was in the room was, Sheree and, Nene Leaks or whatever. Sheree wanted to talk about, Tyrone, some negativity about Tyrone. And then she brings up that, Candy spilled the beans and said, that Nene said that Tyrone was a corn artist. And Nene was like, damn, I can't tell these ladies nothing. But she said it on camera. Nene should know whatever she say on camera is going to be told back to the other ladies. And Nene is a vet. So she knew one of these ladies was going to go back and tell Sheree. So Nene better not even act like she was surprised. But she crossed her legs. So that's when Kenya Moore was like, isn't he locked up, Kenya? Isn't he locked up, Sheree? Isn't he in prison, Sheree? And didn't he commit a crime? He's the con artist, Sheree, like embezzlement, stealing. And, that's when Sheree was like, no, he's about to appeal his case and be out of jail, basically. But, Kenya Moore was trying to point out that it was facts. It's something that's actually going on, something that's actually happened, and she was just giving her take on it or whatever. And so then that's when Kim was like, oh, don't worry about it, Sheree. She's just jealous because she don't got nobody to love her. She don't got no lover. Her man's there. He might not be filming with her, but she's married and her man's there. Her man is taking care of her and he's paying the bills. He paid up all his debt before he married Kenya. So I was gonna do a recap on that, but I just got too busy. So, and then then Sheree brings up again the mug shots, and so and she was like, so you got a mug shot, and then Nene was like, I got a mug shot. That don't compare my mug shot to your boyfriend that's facing 10 and 20 years. I got arrested and I got bonded out the same day. He went before a judge and he got 20 years, 10 years, he got years. Like, it's totally different. I can't believe you're gonna bring up some shit about a freaking mug shot. Really, Sheree? Really? You really gonna do that? You really gonna go there with that bullshit and say that shit when your husband, when Tyrone got like 20 years, he got like 1,000,000 years? I can't believe this. And Sheree was like, well, Candy told me what you said. Oh God. And so then she was like, Candy, tell me what you said. And then Kim and so then Kenya addressed the situation with her and Kim. She was like, yo, the problem. So then the question was, so what's up with you? So then Kenya was like, my problem, the issue with me and Kim is, she came after me at your house, Sheree, when that was between me and you, not her, because we was having our spit and our spat back and forth, and she jumped in and got negative. And then when I seen her at the white party at Nene's house, she started to come for me, and she was disrespectful, and she came for me, and that's when Cynthia said, yes, she did. And then that's when Kim said, be quiet, Cynthia, nobody want to hear from you. I was like, oh no, how they letting this lady just straight up dog them and talk to them like they ain't nobody? Like, come on, really people? So anyways, from then on, um the conversation just ended because Kim was like, oh, you're not gonna get me out of my element, you're not gonna make me upset, you're trying to push Kim, the whole time you've been here, you've been pushing the ladies button, Miss Cleo's buttons, that's why she's gone, you've been pushing everybody's button, you've been blocking any type of breakthrough that was going to happen, you've been blocking it, you only just been you and Portia, maybe you and Portia doing the do now. So because you used to swing that way for one season, right, Kim? So it's over, and there's nothing's getting anywhere. And so then Kim and Cynthia talk, and then you know Kim was like, you know what, Cynthia, you just need to be pretty and be quiet. You just need to just be quiet and don't say nothing. Just be pretty. And Cynthia was like, what do you mean be quiet and just be pretty? I have to say something. I have to say what's true. I have to speak my mind. I just can't sit here and be pretty. I'm like, Cynthia, I don't know how you take it, but Cynthia took it. And then she kissed her and said goodbye and whatever. So, basically, Kim is saying that you're too dumb to talk. You're too dumb to speak. Just be pretty. Just smile. That's what they tell pretty girls if they feel like don't have brains. Just smile and be quiet. Just use your looks to get by because there's nothing up here. And Kim has a lot of nerves. So, anyways, I don't even know why. She would have walked out of that place soaking wet. I would have watered her down with a hose. I would have took a picture of cold water and poured it right all over her, poured it on her head and see her melt. All her face would melt. I don't know how they sit there and let Kim do that to them. Just disrespect them, make up rumors, talk crap about them. So, anyways, Nene was like, goodbye. Thanks for coming. And Kim was like, well, we'll stay in contact. I'll see you soon. She was like, no, you stay away. Stay far away. And then, so Kim was like, okay, I will. And so then Nene and Kim sit down and talk, and it goes nowhere because, Kim doesn't believe anything that Nene's saying. She doesn't believe that Nene's hurt. She doesn't believe that Nene has an issue or a problem. And she's not taking ownership of, the roach picture that Braylee did. And basically Nene was like, yo, you really hurt my feelings, you don't support me, you don't do this, you don't do that. So basically the conversation's going nowhere. They are not on the same page, and Nene says that she's known Kim for the longest. I'm like, whatever. Did you hear what Kim said to Cynthia? Somebody comes from Braylee, you expect Braylee not to come back at them. And then that's when Kenya was like, I didn't say anything about Braylee. At that time, Kenya probably didn't go online and say anything about her, but she has in the past recently when the season came on. And Cynthia was like, I don't think kids should be jumping into grown folks business. And Kim was like, whatever, because her daughter is her pimping model, because you can't pimp Kim no more. She's too washed to pimp. Peace. I'm out. One love.